For cheap and reliable coins, check out patreon.com/PapaC4. What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome to today's rebuild. Well, we're kind of jumping on a trend that was a popular rebuild in Madden 18, and I figure I might as well be the first one to chuck on my big boy boots and try for the first time, in Madden 19, and that is the impossible rebuild. The rebuild of a team that has a 0 overall. As you can see, we're already fielded with some of the worst players in the league. Jake Butt, Dez Bryant, and Odell. I don't know. I'm going to relocate the Bucks. I found that there's a team in Orlando, when you relocate them, called the Orbits. It has a 0. Well, it's an O, but it looks like a 0 for their logo, so that just seems pretty fitting. And plus, I have some cheese, if you will. Like I said, I've never actually watched any of the other impossible rebuilds, so I don't know necessarily if I'm doing it the right way. But I'm going to add my own style on it. That's the only reason why I'm doing it anyways. So let's jump in. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so here's a quick look at our base roster. I tried to just grab the worst players, at least with worst reputations around the league. We had Christian Hackenberg, Eddie Lacy, Odell, Amari Cooper, and Dez Bryant at wide receiver. Jake Butt, offensive lineman. There's no one really notable on the offensive line. Eric Flowers is somewhere on there. There we go. Eric Flowers, because everyone knows he's a perennial Pro Bowler type talent. Defensively, we got Manti Te'o, Jordan Poyer, Patrick Chung, Marcus Smith. We got Robert Kimdichie, Amuka Mara, Eli Apple. So the only reason why we're going to try to give some sanity to this roster is we're going to try to trade some of our players that were actually good for picks. We're going to convert them back to the regular positions. And if we can't, we got DeMar Dotson, Jameis Winston, anyone that was actually decent on the Bucks that might have some value. We're just going to see if we can move them for some picks. Other than that, it's going to take 20 years to try to build a roster. So we might as well get at least some sort of head start by having a draft. So we got O.J. Howard, you got Levante David, Mike Evans, JPP, Ali Marpet. We got Gerald McCoy, Noah Spence. I'm going to expect that we could probably flip at least half of these guys for picks, and anyone that we don't flip by the beginning of the regular season, I'm just going to straight up release them. So we'll get a quick recap of what that looks like. All right, the first wave of trades, we sent Gerald McCoy to the Cardinals for a 3rd, 4th, and 7th. Got ripped off there for sure. We sent Ali Marpet to the Patriots for a 1st and a 5th in 2020. That's probably fleeced them a little bit. We sent JPP to the Kansas City Chiefs for a 2nd, 6th, and 7th, varying years. We sent to the Buffalo Bills Levante David for a 2nd and a 6th. We got ripped off. And we sent DeMar Dotson to the Bills for a 3rd rounder. To the Dolphins, we sent O.J. Howard for a 3rd round pick. Oh, that's painful. To the 49ers, we sent Vita Vea for a 2, 6, and a 7th. That's great return on investment on a 1st round pick. And then we sent to Buffalo Bills Jameis Winston for a 3rd, 4th, and 7th. That's probably what Jameis would go to right now because he's shit. Imagine like seeing Mike Evans on the market and then you just go Nathan Peterman. We'll give you Nathan Peterman. So we're going to take this one, the 2nd and the 5th from the Panthers, which is, that should hopefully do it. Anyone else that remained unsigned or unofferable is gone. They're not going to get any value. So that's Noah Spence. Noah Spence is the only player that we brought back that we're going to have to release. Could have been a lot worse. So we have our 0 overall team. We have a whole boatload of draft picks to work with. Look at that. Jeez. Guys, welcome to my rebuilds. We're going to be serious here. And here's my, I own the draft class. All right. 0 overall team. Let's do it. To the shock of no one, we went 0-16, and if you look at the top little panel there, the top left, 98-0. We lost to the Atlanta Falcons. Let's see, can we get a quick look? What was our worst loss? Was that our worst loss? We lost 150-0 against, that gotta be the worst one. 150-0. I mean, it's just for that means everyone knows we're gonna suck. Let's see what our total. We didn't score a single point all year, and we had almost 1,500 points against. Could have been worse. Let's just look at the stats here. Let's just look at the stats. Austin Allen got 1,000 yards, 45 picks. We had 0 rushing yards. 0 rushing. Oh, did someone have negative? Do we finish like someone finished with negative rushing yards? Eddie Lacy finished with -70 rushing. Odell, still, that's respectable. Odell with this piece of shit team, 33 catches, 390 yards. Let's see, what was the most sacks we got given up? That's not bad. Look at that. The offensive line, I guess no matter that kid, that's ridiculous. I've seen numbers of like Mike McGlinchey from the 49ers reboot has like a star dev. He's given up more sacks than my 0 overall player. So, I mean, take that for what it's worth, how these numbers stack up against when you're actually trying to do something. Defensively, 198 tackles. We got a bunch of dudes over 100. We get no sacks, no turnovers. We got 3 tackles for loss. Kicking, we missed every kick. That's a lot of punting right there. I guess we could probably show a little bit of love to the return game. Look at that. These guys were animals, all-purpose yards. Oof. Only forced to punt twice. All right, so we're going to pop into the offseason. This is actually where we get to try and start building this team. We have a bunch of draft picks. We have a bunch of salary cap. Let's try and rebuild a 0 overall team. There's only one man I know. There's only one man I know that I think in this league could lead this 0 whatever. 0 overall, 0-16, 0 points scored, 1,500 points against. And that's Marvin Lewis. Marvin Lewis is an enigma in the National Football League. No idea how he's never, ever been fired, ever. So he must have something, some pizzazz, some juice to him that can just turn this team around. We're going to see if we can get a little of that Marvin Lewis juice to help this team out. Well, I thought free agency was going to be good, but then I remembered that you have to deal with the Redskins and the Dolphins ruining everything, but we have a whole lot of money. So here's what we're looking at. Tevin Coleman, 90 overall running back scheme. I'm not so worried about the scheme fits yet because I'm going to wait till after the draft and try to determine what we're going with. Trevor Williams from the Chargers. He's 25. He's an 87. We got Dante Fowler, Quandre Diggs, Bryant Poole, Morgan Fox. I'm not going to lie. Never heard of this guy. I think he plays for, can't even tell ya, Titans, Falcons, somewhere like that. But he's 24 with a 77. Sure, why not? Duke Dawson, Zane Gonzalez. Just a bunch of bodies here because we have 0 depth. Okay, hopefully we can get it. God, I really do wish and hope they patch the Redskins and Dolphins, ruining free agency every year. All right, we signed everyone except Dante Fowler. Oh, hey, I'll take it. What's our team? Our team's already up to a 20 overall. Our defense is plus 39. It's beautiful. Here's a look at our first draft, where, I mean, next year's draft, we're going to have a bunch of picks. Plus, anytime I want to move out, didn't feel like a prospect. Let's just say next year's draft class is going to be insane. So this is straight up best player available at every position outside of running back. So we got Tevin Coleman, and we're pretty all right in the secondary so far. So we just went offensive line, and we got the number 4 true talent player in the draft. Obviously, when you have number 1, you want it, but there's no quarterbacks. There's no really big skill position players. So we got William Trottier from Oklahoma, 80 overall superstar. Second round, we got a 74 quick dev linebacker. Second round, again, 76 normal dev tackle. We got a 74 normal dev D end. Really good pick here. 77 D tackle out on Montana State. Kenneth Kitchens, star dev. Looking good. 76 left guard, normal dev. 75 right guard, normal dev. Again, I'm pretty much just drafting offensive line to stick them wherever. I'm going to find the best 5. For maybe these guards will play center, maybe some tackles will play center, some guards will play tackle. Either way, I'm solidifying this offensive line, and we're getting everything rocking and rolling. No other really good picks. I mean, we got a 75 quick dev kicker real late, Jordan Eubanks, so I will take that. But, you know, we'll take it. And outside of the fact that I'm still kind of irked that the Dolphins and the Redskins just, they're making me spend so much money. We got a good start here. We got a good start. All right, so as we get up to start out the opening season, really, for whatever reason, we were so bad last year. I guess everything just forgot the relocation process. So we're going to try it again. Get back to be the Orlando Zeros. But yeah, we had to go pillage a couple practice squads to try to get our roster up to snuff. But right now, we already have a base of a 71 after 1 season. Through the draft, through free agency, I think we've done an exceptional job. At quarterback, we have Davis Webb. We're going to try to give him an opportunity, but our big name key signing on the offense was Tevin Coleman via free agency, way to pay out the ass for because of thanks, Miami. Wide receivers, we have Curtis Samuel, Cedric Wilson, Noah Brown, Auden Tate. We kept Des Bryant around just to give everyone a reminder of what we came from. And offensive line is looking not terrible. I mean, outside the center spot, which we'll be able to probably flex. Is Murphy starting? we'll definitely be able to flex one of these guys to the center spot. So that means everyone on the offensive line is going to be a C+, which is a tremendous starting spot. That's like better than, you know, the Giants, the Seattle Seahawks, like the Colts. So we'll take that. We got Ricky Seals-Jones as our tight end. We kept Jake Butt because he's just the heart and soul of the offense. Defensively, we're at 77. We actually look pretty nice on defense. We did sign Duke Dawson, Diggs, Bryant Poole, and Trevor Williams in free agency. Got a couple of other dudes here. You know, no one below 70. It's a start. It is a start, and we are 96% scheme fit, so these guys are going to develop really, really nicely. You know, we're probably going to win like 2 or 3 games. We have a bunch of draft picks. There's a legitimate shot we might have a chance within a 5-year window, very similar to the realistic rebuilds, to get this team looking somewhat decent. Let's get into it. Wow, I feel so alive being able to try to just make stupid trades. So first up, Jordan Willis is on the trade block. He's a scheme fit, so we're sending a 3rd, 4th, and Fox, who we just signed in free agency, because it doesn't matter. Welcome, Jordan Willis. Well, let's welcome another just awesome player, Dallas Goedert from the Philadelphia Eagles for a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That's actually not that bad. That's decent value, but, you know, we already saw what he can do in the Husky series. He's going to be OP for us. And in our final cheese, we're going to send actually our starting center, Hap, who is 75, and a 5th-round pick to the Saints for Sheldon Rankins, 85 overall D-tackle, who's 25. Guys, hope you're... This is so serious rebuild. Let's get it. At the end of the season, all right, look, we got to win week 17, 13-10 over the Colts, because the Colts are terrible. We finished 2-14. Does that give us the #1 overall pick? It does, so hopefully we can land a free quarterback. But who do we beat? 2 teams, 2 victories in a single season. And we beat the Vikings 23-6. And in that game, Davis Webb looked pretty spectacular. 2 touchdowns. 200 yards, 93 yards for Tevin Coleman. Curtis Samuel did his thing. Defensively, 13 tackles, Micah Kiser, a couple sacks. No turnovers, doesn't matter. But let's look at this Week 17 thriller, 13-10. Bucks Colts in this game. Davis Webb, not great. Not gonna lie, no one looked really great. Maybe defense. Defense is where they stepped up. We got a sack from Poole. No turnover. Okay, it was just an ugly game. Doesn't matter. We got 2 wins as we had just... I don't know if it's down or up the road. I'm going to assume up the road to Orlando to become the Orbits. But we have another free agency period. We have a boatload of cash, and we're frothing at the mouth. We got the goddamn Hannibal Lecter mouth guards on, ready to fight tooth and nail for the top prospects with the Redskins and the Dolphins. Suppose, like a regular rebuild, we got ahead of ourselves. We need to show the stats. So Davis Webb, not a good year. Surprise, surprise. We'll round it up. 2,900 yards, 14 TDs, 21 picks. We got 1,100 yards, 4 touchdowns for Tevin Coleman. I'll take that, considering in most rebuilds, it is kind of rare for a running back to break 1,000. No real big wide receivers to talk about. Curtis Samuel was all right. Would have liked to see Dallas Goedert maybe do a little bit better, considering what we gave up. Defensively, Deshaun Poole, 125 tackles, 7 TFLs, and 2 sacks. Kiser was pretty decent as well. On the sacks front, 7 sacks, 12 tackles for loss from Sheldon Rankins. Beautiful. 4.5 from Jordan Willis. Would expect a little bit better. Kenneth Kitchens, 11 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks. We got 2 picks from Diggs, 1 from Poole, 1 from Trevor Williams. Going to the yearly awards, MVP went to Fournette. More so, let's peep the, actually we're in the NFC. Let's peep the rookies of the year, because I don't think we're going to see any Bucks here. No. All right, offensive rookie of the year. Oh, no. Well, then again, we only drafted offensive lineman. Defensive rookie of the year went to Deshaun Poole of the Orbits. And where's our D tackle? Oh, right there, Kitchens. There we go. 1-4. So we won a defensive rookie of the year, and I'll take that. The team's looking pretty meaty right now. 74 base, 73 offense, 81 defense. Let's get us a quarterback this offseason. How about? For the free agent period, I'm kind of annoyed that our best players are D tackles, because I think taking a guy like Ioannidis and sliding him into that D tackle spot would give him like about a 92, 91, 92 overall. But we'll make a couple moves here. We get Reggie Ragland, more so because Poole, defensive rookie of the year, he looks fine. I'm going to slide him to right outside linebacker where he still is a scheme fit. And I kind of hope maybe like what we saw in the Huskies rebuild where we traded for Jared Davis. He was a 78 middle, moved him to the outside, went up to an 82. Maybe we'll see that kind of bump for Reggie Ragland. And then this Ginda guy, yeah, why not? Upgrade scheme fit, younger than Antonio Morrison. Oh, come on. It took us 11.5 months to hit on one of those freak quarterbacks in the in Madden 18. Come on. Come on. Oh, still good. Still good. He's flexing. He's superstar. But, you know, I guess it's still really, really early in the Madden 19 season. But and no one has actually tagged me in some quarterbacks that are in the, you know, 85 superstars. And again, you know, it's tough this year. It's the honesty rule because you can modify them. But we'll take that. 80 superstar Derek Rucci from Clemson, field general. Welcome to the squad. So here's our draft class. Again, we had a lot of picks, and I traded a bunch, so that's pretty much how this is going to go. We're going to build through the draft. With the number 1 overall pick, as you saw, we got Derek Rucci from Clemson, 80 overall superstar dev quarterback. Second pick, man, that's not that hot. 74 quick. Could be worse. We got a 74 quick center. This was probably our next best pick. Roland Robertson out of Indiana, 77 star scheme fit wide receivers. Probably going to be our wide receiver 1. The rest of the picks, I don't think there was. I really want this Terry guy, and he didn't round to be much. 73 normal. This guy here, Fleming, I need him to actually move into the guard spot. That's why I drafted him. And we just took a flyer. Anytime, here's a little tip and trick. Anytime you see a punter that you're like in the 6th round, 7th round that's projected to get drafted, they're always like 75 plus. So we get 79 normal dev Reed Humphreys from Northern Illinois. Very good draft class. Can top off what was not a spectacular free agency period. Let's keep on building this thing. All right, so as we start the season, we're looking pretty dangerous. Let's see Rucci, the franchise quarterback, in these stellar blue unis. The Orbits, 0 overalls, you know, looking all right. Robertson's going to be our starting wide. I mean, if you look at what's weak on this team, I think you might say the center spot, but Irons is a, you know, a rookie starter. I don't know how fast these guys are going to develop because they're not scheme fits, but I think, you know, wide receiver would be the spot that I think we need to try to go at next draft, next free agency period, because we're set at most of the other skill positions. And we have a 79 offense. 83 overall defense. Glaring weaknesses, I don't see much. I mean, outside linebacker would be nice. We got Poole, who's the reigning defending defensive rookie of the year. Could be a lot worse. And I think that I really do want to get off this 46 defense because I don't like how some of the stats work. So actually, we'll knock it down to a base 4-3, and we'll roll with the Philadelphia Eagles playbooks because, heaven forbid, we actually use what Marvin Lewis plays with, and that'd just be unbelievably frustrating. So as we get into, I believe this would be year 3, going into year 3, going from 0 overall to 78. That is a nice jump. Let's get into the year. End of the year, end of 2020, and we finished 4-12. You know, it's still, you know, a work in progress, but coming from where we were, still getting a top 5 pick. I'm feeling all right. It could have felt a lot worse. We got +2. I'll do this in a sec. But we got +2, +3 on the offense. Those are the best 2 guys that we had in terms of development. So I figured I'd lead them up. Offense is an 81. Defense is an 87. This team is already scary. Kitchens is up to an 89 overall. That interior with Kitchens and Rankins is disgusting. We already know Trevor Williams is probably the most overpowered free agent. He's very commonly available during the first window. Get him. Duke Dawson's developing nice at the safety. I mean, this team is sick. This team is already coming sick. It's already getting a special spot in my heart. Looking at the stats, Rucci, 3,400 yards, 22 touchdowns to 14 picks. That's not terrible. I would assume he might have won Rookie of the Year. That's why we had the 2 points. We got 1,100 yards, 6 TDs, Tevin Coleman. Acceptable. Not a whole lot here in terms, I mean, Roberson. We'll go Roberson. 60 catches, 800 yards, 4 TDs. I mean, no one had a standout year, but I like that. I like the fact that we have multiple weapons. We don't rely on one guy. Deshaun Poole, last year's Defensive Rookie of the Year, 129 tackles, 5 TFLs, a sack, and 2 picks. 5.5 sacks, Rankins, 5 from Jordan Willis, 4 and 10 TFLs from Kitchens. 6 picks from Trevor Williams and a couple singles and doubles. Looking at the yearly awards, MVP went to, ooh, that's a first. I don't think I've seen that yet. Alvin Kamara got himself an MVP award. More so looking for our team, looking for Orbits players only, please. No one there. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Derek Rucci there. That explains his dev points. Roland Robertson, that explains his dev points. So number 1 and number 2. And Defensive Rookie of the Year, we had no one. But whatever. It is what it is. We have, yet again, another free agency period. We have decent money, and we have a lot of draft assets. I'm going to be very upset if my team's not at least pushing 85 overall come the start of 2021. There's nothing of interest to me in this free agency period, but I just need to show you that, you know, we are passing up on Deshaun Watson, who's a 99. But after spending our 3 skill points for Rucci, he's up to an 88. I think sooner than later, he could be pushing that 99. Oh, yeah! So I did dabble a little bit in free agency. We went out and brought in the speedster John Ross from the Bengals because, you know, why not? It's John Ross. I figure if we ever use this team at some point, it's going to be nice to have. So looking at our draft class, we had picks 2 and 4 in the first round. We got Courtney Gibson, 79 quick wide receiver from Penn State. And then this was the beautiful Damon Danielle. We're going to go like that because it's French. We're going to act like it's not just a mischaracterization that we're talking about here. 82 superstar dev D-end. Got to start. We needed a new starting D-end to pair oppose Jordan Willis. So that's nice. We got a 76 outside linebacker normal dev. Nothing too crazy here. We get back-to-back 76 wide receivers in the mid-round. Other than that, you know, that may be the worst draft class we had, but still, it's 82. Anytime you get an 82 superstar, you got to be feeling pretty froggy. Let's get it going. Season's end, it looks like Marvin Lewis has finally decided to retire. He's not available for a coach, so maybe that kind of makes up for the fact that we have an outstanding team. We went 7-9 because it's the Marvin Lewis effect. But we need to credit Marvin Lewis for getting us to where we're at. Roberson's 89. We got Rucci 92. John Ross 84. Goddard's 83. Everyone on the offensive line is almost in the B grades. 85 base offense, 85 base team. Look at this defense, though. From a 0 overall. We're heading into year 5. We'll just do it 5 years. We'll just do it 5 because this team's gonna take off next season. 93 overall defense. Kitchens is a 93. Rankin's 90. Well, look at this D line. Scary. Secondary. Scary. Linebacking core. I mean, there has to be weakness everywhere. Just, you know, salary cap era. But we actually have a decent chunk of money as we head into the final year. We could probably splurge on a big name free agent or 2 in this upcoming window. So we're getting ready for the 5th and final year of our impossible 0 overall team rebuild. Let's be honest, now that we're not in the realm of realistic rebuilds, not that hard. Yeah, you know who our new coach is going to be. Well, we're in our last year. There's no sense going to the grave with money in your bank. So, Darius Geis, Antonio Brown, Rashawn Evans, James Daniels, Lane Johnson. I think these are 1, 2. Well, not all. Look at that. We're not going super cheese, but we're getting a lot of the top targets. That's very rare for me. I don't think I've ever done this. But if we can land all these guys, I mean, there's some uncertainty right now with our head coach. I don't know if John Gruden's going to sign or not, but that'd be huge. This team's going to be terrifying. This might be like the best team I've ever made. All right, so it was like glitchy. We didn't sign Gruden even though we paid double the amount of the offer, and then it wouldn't let me pick my new coach, so it just assigned me this guy like Millsaps. It's like, okay, whatever, right on. We were able to sign Darius Geis, Antonio Brown. We got Lane Johnson. We were able to also bring in on the defensive side, you know, maybe a little action nowhere. And Rashawn Evans, who we're going to slide here to the right outside linebacker spot, which I think he might actually get a little bit of a bump. Goes from a 92 middle linebacker to a 96 right outside linebacker. And then look at our draft. I don't know, man, it was just pretty much a crapshoot. We got 81 quick dev linebacker Sippo from USC, 75 center. We got an 80 overall running back in the 3rd round, quick dev out of Oregon, 75 DE, 78 right tackle. I mean, like, this is what happens when you have this much draft picks. We got a 76 kicker. I mean, I gotta stop doing realistic rebuilds. It's just easier on your brain to just not care. This is a 0 overall team that we took. We've had so many draft picks every year. I mean, I would not want to take this team one more year, you know, in the 2023 because we spent all of our money. But I mean, it's not that hard. All right, let's get into the 5th and final year. Super Bowl or bust time for all the purposes of this series. First round bye completed. Scariest defense I've ever built. I think we've got a 94 offense. I think I'm the Philadelphia Eagles rebuild, but this is not really tied to the realistic rebuilds, even though it is a rebuild. But from a 0 overall team, 0 overall offense, 0 overall defense in 5 years, make that team 91 base, 91 offense, and the scariest defense I'll ever build. I might be able to equal it, but I'll never surpass it. Perfect 99. Everyone on the offensive line is at least a B, and we built every single one of these guys up except Lane Johnson because, you know, 5th year, why not? We made the trade for Dallas Goedert. Felt like, you know, we kind of built him up, to be completely honest with you. We traded for AB. I mean, our wide receiver core is not so much drafted, but our best wide receiver, Roberson, 96, we drafted. Rucci, 98, drafted. We have Darius Geis, 99 with the confidence boost. We might have picked him up here and there, but most of this offense is built through the draft. It was built by my hands, my hard sweat, blood, tears, everything. Defense, though, this is where it's absolutely ridiculous. We got Trevor Williams and Bryant came over via free agency. Pretty much everyone in our secondary came from us from free agency. On the front four, 2 of them came by free agency, Willis and Rankins. We drafted Kitchens, the 99, and Daniel, the 94. Damn, Daniel. Is that still a meme? I don't know. But we drafted Poole, we drafted Sippo, and Rashawn Evans we brought in, who's a 90. But this is absolutely absurd. Even our special teams is pretty damn good. So we got that first round bye. We finished 13-3 on the season. So not the best record we've had, which is kind of frustrating considering that, you know, we have gone 14-2 with teams of lesser teams. Look at the stats. Rucci, 4,000 passing yards, 37 touchdowns to 8 picks. We got 1,300 yards, 18 touchdowns from Darius Geis. So that probably is the best rushing score we have seen so far in a rebuild of any way, shape, or form. Receiving, we got 79 catches, 1,000 yards, 7 TDs from Roberson. We get 800 yards, 10 TDs Goddard, 1,100 yards, 12 TDs AB. On the defensive side, Poole of the team with 136 tackles, 6 TFLs, 4.5 sacks, and 2 picks. 118 tackles, 5 TFLs, 3.5 sacks, and an interception for Rashawn Evans. 16.5 sacks, 10 TFLs from a D tackle. This guy here is pretty much an Aaron Donald regen. We had 8.5 sacks from Daniel, 8.5 from Rankins. On the picks front, maybe not as impressive. I would have thought a little bit better from everyone being like a fringe 90, if not a 90 plus in our secondary. But Trevor Williams leading the group with 3 picks. Yearly awards MVP went to Ezekiel Elliott, with Rucci coming in at number 5 and Geis at number 9. Coach of the year went to Millsaps, coming out of nowhere. Offensive player of the year went to Ezekiel Elliott, Rucci at 5, Geis at 8. Defensive player of the year went to Jalen Smith, with Rashawn Evans at 5. And Poole at 8. Man, what do you call it? Kitchen should have been higher. Kitchen should have won Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to our receiving back, Dawson Lowe. And he's actually a return man. Defensive Player of the Year, we had Sippo, our outside linebacker, at 5. Noble, who I think is a linebacker, at 7. But either way, does not matter. I think this team is just freaky good. So taking from a 0 overall, we got to win the Super Bowl. If we don't win the Super Bowl, it's going to be pretty goddamn annoying, to be honest with you. So we're opening up here in the divisional round against the 11-5. Chicago Bears. All right, we're just going to try to play the moments here. 7-7. I fully expect our team to destroy them because we're just a disgustingly good team. But I guess we're probably have to come in sporadically because the sim, for whatever reason, never recognizes a good defense. We have a 99 overall defense. I think the Bears offense, not bad. I think they're like 87. So, like, you know, I'm not... There's my 99 overall quarterback throwing it 5 feet in front of my player. I don't know, maybe this could be a point to prove with the sim that my unstoppable team can't win a game to save their life, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Okay, pop in 3rd down again. I don't know how well we're establishing the run here, so we'll just hit them with a quick slant. We need a touchdown here. If we don't get a touchdown on this drive, it's going to just be utterly embarrassing. I want to try to say that, like, the play calling, when I was reviewing the play of the moments, I said the play calling's better. I said that, we're just going to scramble, actually. He's so slow. I said, like, you know, you don't get the runs. You don't get the spam runs where your running back gets like 40 carries a game. But I never said anything else about the sim playing how it should be. And we found out so far this year, doesn't really play how it should be. Like, this game should not be close whatsoever. And, oh my God, I swear to God, if they're able to, like, get points on this drive there. A 1-point victory where this game should have been a slaughtering. But we'll take it, 24-23. We're moving to the NFC Championship game. All right, we got the Dallas Cowboys here in the championship game. They have a really nice looking team, to be completely honest with you. I think they actually have a higher overall than we do, which is, I don't know how that works. Come on, ratings guy. I don't think you get any influence over that. I think they're at 96 base. We're 91. So, you know, it could be a close matchup, but we have the lead right now. 20, we're up 6. Oh my God, we're actually looking pretty solid right now. There's the instant touchdown for them. And then a lot of nothing for my offense. My offense stalling out here. And we're just selling for field goals. I don't know how many... Was that 3 straight field goals? 3 straight? That's awesome. That's so dope. That's so cool. 4 straight field goals. And we missed the field goal from like 30 yards. Wouldn't it be convenient for them to get the 2-point conversion too? Fuck off, man. This game's... All right, we got a chance. Overtime alert. We need a touchdown. We need a touchdown. We're going to bring it to you live. I hate this sim. There's never going to be a perfect way. It's just they have 5 turnovers, and they're winning. There's never going to be a happy medium. There's no way to record, like, properly record a rebuild, I think, on YouTube anyway. Oh, look at that sack! That's beautiful! My quarterback got sacked before the player even got to him. There's no way to really properly record, like, a rebuild, I don't think, on YouTube, like, with not playing the sim. I mean, you can have, like, a Mr. Hurricane approach where you do, like, 50 episodes, but it's just much more consumable to do a sim, and it's not practical for the rate that rebuilds need to come out at to, oh, there's another sack. Great job, offensive line. Oh, 3rd sack. Okay, great. Phenomenal. 2nd and 23. 2nd and a mile. Let's get some money plays going here. 4 vertical plays are just disgustingly bad this year. So we're going to need some, I don't know. I already don't like this coach's playbook. I think I made the Eagles playbook, though. Where's some of my money Eagles plays? You know what? We'll hit it with a slant right away because we don't need to get it all on one play. Hopefully the slants can make it, you know, 3rd and 10 or something like that. But yeah, we have, what is that? 295 plus wide receivers. I have yet to see them, you know, convincingly get wide open. We'll throw that in. Oh, nice little play there by the linebacker. Very quick. Very quick. He must have, man, Jalen Smith definitely developed that 99 acceleration to be able to come back on that play and make it. So now it's 4th and 23. So we got John Ross with all the speed. We have Antonio Brown and Robertson. So there's no way in hell they have a cover ability to mark all of them. But I'm pretty confident all these guys are going to give me pretty much a coverage sack. Is anyone wide open? No one's wide open, and we're going to run it. I mean, it is what it is. We did the sim. It's a sim, and we have a 99 overall defense. The Dallas Cowboys had 5 turnovers, and when you saw me come in with my 99 quarterback, my 295 plus wide receivers, they didn't get open once. And then when they did get open, we were getting sacked by a quarterback. So what I can tell you is, A, yes, you could take a team from a 0 overall and make them into a juggernaut, but no amount of juggernaut can fix the broken play the moments. It's just luck of the draw, man. I'm already just slowly getting, you know, the understanding that for my realistic rebuilds, I always want to have more wins, more Super Bowl wins than losses. It's completely random. There is no way, no matter how good my team is for the realistic rebuild series, I will have a 97 overall Chargers team. They will lose in the 1st round. I could probably have a disaster of a rebuild, end up having like an 83 overall Broncos team, struggled signing free agents. They'll go undefeated and win the Super Bowl. It's literally luck of the draw. And people that keep tagging me on the rebuilds and all that stuff, I have no answer for you. There is no sliders that fix the sim. The only way for you guys to properly do a rebuild is not do this format. You're gonna have to play each and every individual game, get your own custom sliders. Don't use what EA provides you. And then you might have a shot. But thank you guys for watching this little bit of a rebuild experience. I was able to take my rebuilding skills, not the realistic rebuilding skills, but just my rebuilding skills in general, take a 0 overall team and make them 91 base, 91 offense, 99 defense, and it sucks that the sim kind of ruined it. But if you guys did enjoy this video, as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to grow leaps and bounds here during the Madden 19 season. And any help you guys could do by just, you know, maybe sharing the video or smashing the like button would go a long way. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you have any other ideas that are similar to lists, like challenge videos. I mean, I'm not a big challenge guy, but, you know, in between the Huskies, in between the rebuilds, I'm always down to do something a little freaky, a little naughty. So feel free to leave a suggestion there. And until next time, guys, it's C4 saying peace out.
Yeah, look at me, I'm the one. Really, I'm just having fun. Hey, people be all in my DMs, but really, I know what they want. Yeah, I don't really want attention. Stop begging me for a mention. Hey, I know I'm sounding conceited, but I'm just trying to cut the tension. Yeah, I'm breaking solid. I worry about mileage. I feel like I live on the road now. Night after night, I reverse it so tight, got me feeling like I am so cold now. Lately, I've been on the way. You know, there's nothing to say. You told me